Welcome to the Tech Tarik Show, Lawyat.net's only official podcast. We're back this week with Pang and Andrew,
Hi.
Hi.
and we're trying something new. So we're going to start with the first segment as usual, but this is going to be hopefully a permanent segment on the show. It's the news. So, what happened this week?
Well, last week.
Technically,
It's Friday
right,
here.
yes.
I think the biggest news from last week was the announcement of the Huawei P10 series. I think, Andrew, you're going to talk about it. You were there.
Yep. So basically, Huawei brought in the whole P10 series into Malaysia, the P10, P10 Plus, as well as the P10 Lite, and the prices are, well, for starters, the P9 used to go for 2,099 when it was launched, and the P10 is going for 2,499 now. But to be fair, it has 4 gigabytes of RAM instead of 3 gigabyte, and it has double the storage of the P9. Plus, we have to take into account our currency.
Correct.
So in retrospect, it's actually not too bad of a price for a phone of that caliber.
Okay. What
Sure.
about the P10 Plus?
So, how many people are going to complain about this?
Oh, they already
A lot.
are.
Yeah, they really are complaining about it.
Yeah.
So P10 Plus, if I wasn't mistaken, the P9 Plus used to go for 2007. Right now, the P10 Plus is 3,099. It's a lot of money for a Chinese branded phone, but it's really a stereotype that Malaysians have, and well,
Do you think it's justified?
I'd say not entirely.
Yeah, you're using the P10 now.
Yeah,
right?
the P10.
So, good,
It's
bad, justifiable, 2,500
Would you
ringgit?
pay?
for the P10 maybe. P10 Plus, I don't know.
Well,
but
600 ringgit difference, eh?
Which one?
Between the two.
P10 and
models.
P10 Plus. 600 ringgit
Yeah.
difference.
Yes.
Okay, you
What do
are
you mean by-
getting 128 gigs of storage though, and 6 gigs of RAM.
Sure. Why do
Yeah.
you say maybe?
Maybe.
Why would you only maybe?
Because the P10 Plus is the only new device that has a new camera system compared to the Mate 9. So the P10 has the same camera system as the Mate 9, but the P10 Plus has a completely new, well, sort of completely new in the sense that it has a bigger aperture now. It's using a Sumilux lens instead of a Sumarit lens on the P10.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have
So
no idea what that means.
I don't know either. It's a Leica thing.
Yeah, it's a Leica thing.
Okay,
So
sure.
the P10 Plus has a bigger aperture, 1.8, instead of the P10's 2.2 aperture, which is that's not very
kind
good.
of small.
Yeah, but you're still not answering my question.
What?
Why do you only say maybe?
Because I haven't tried it. I can't justify
still using
something
it.
that P10 yes, but not the P10 Plus. We
No,
don't have
but the
P10
question
Plus
is, would you pay that amount of money for the P10?
for the P10.
Yes.
Well, you know that I'm a fan of OnePlus, so
Oh gosh.
I would honestly still get the OnePlus if I were to fork out my own money. It's stock Android.
It's been
is
this
just,
way since he joined, so it's
Yeah,
okay. It's okay.
there's
Cool,
no
man, it's
helping
cool.
him. Okay,
I'm
anyway,
a stock-
so
It's gonna be
I'm
available
Android
31st of March.
end of the
yeah.
P10 Plus 15th of April.
Yeah.
P10 Lite, the one that was never officially announced anywhere.
Except for the European market, I think.
There was a leak.
It was a
in-
leak, and then it
and then
appeared out.
something.
It came out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
Yeah, so
very
now it's
late.
official here.
Yeah, 1,299, and
What are the specs?
yeah, the specs is it's a very mid-range phone. It has a Kirin 655
Yeah.
processor.
That's actually not bad though. 4
not
gigs of
bad.
no, 4 gigs of RAM,
Yeah.
32 gigs of storage, expandable, 12 megapixel rear and 8 megapixel front, 5.2 inch Full HD display,
Yeah.
and a 3000 milliamp hour battery.
It's decent, and it also has a glass back.
For 1,002,
Yeah, sorry,
And a
1299.
fingerprint sensor.
1,299.
Yeah,
Okay,
and a
1299.
That's
not bad.
actually pretty good.
Okay, but
It's the same as like last year the P8 Lite. No, the P9 Lite.
P9
sorry.
Lite.
Yeah.
Right. Was it here? Wait.
Was that a P9? P8 Lite.
Wait, I think. Oh, there is a P9 Lite.
P9
yes.
Lite there was one, right?
Yeah.
Which is also around the same price.
It was actually cheaper because I think for one it's plastic back. If I'm not
899
mistaken.
or something like that.
Okay, anyway,
sub
that's
1,000,
cool.
I
Yeah.
think.
But
So-
we need to move on because this is the news.
Which is
we
good,
need
which
to
is
move a
good.
lot
Yeah,
of
yeah,
things.
yeah.
Yes.
What's next?
Well, the next biggest story, of course, is the announcement of the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 in Malaysia.
Yeah.
Again, Andrew, you can tell us all about it.
Why? I wasn't the one that wrote about it.
Oh yeah, you did it.
I didn't. I was at the P10 launch.
So it's a Redmi Note 4.
What's the big deal?
The first Xiaomi smartphone to be available here. To be fair, I think we forgot to talk about the Xiaomi Mi Box, which was also announced around the same week, last week. No, it was available somewhere last week.
Yes.
And let's go back to the phone. Snapdragon 625, 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, and it's $799.
Yes, it's actually an okay price.
It's actually an okay price.
Because compared to the Redmi Note 3, it starts from 749, I think.
Yes, but that's for the 2 gig version. 2 gig RAM, 16 gig storage.
Yeah, and then the next one is
849
849.
for 3 gigs RAM and
Which
32
is
gigs. So
okay.
the only difference between this one, like, correct me if I'm wrong here, the only difference here is the processor, right?
I mean, all the Redmi devices, Redmi Note devices, in all honesty, looks the same in a lot of ways. I mean, you've seen one, you've seen them all, but Snapdragon 625.
Actually, to be fair, I agree.
Anyway, Snapdragon 625 is actually, people say it's like one of the best performance to battery
Correct.
ratio, things like that. Like, it's okay performance and it delivers great battery life.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a bit saturated with Xiaomi. I mean, they got something coming out something new.
To be fair, yes, but this phone was actually launched last year, sometime last year.
That's why it's feeling so
Wait,
saturated.
which one is
yeah,
the,
it's
the
not-
one in
Redmi
India
Note
or the
4.
one in China?
Well, the India, it started in China first, right? The MediaTek
Yeah, that's
processor, and then
quite long though.
it
Then
came.
they did the Indian.
The Indian market is the Snapdragon 625,
And we're getting it now.
and we're getting
Yeah.
it now.
It feels really saturated. All
The
news,
last Xiaomi phone, let's see, Redmi Note 3, Mi 5. No, cannot
Wow,
be
I
Mi
can't
5.
even remember.
See, not that saturated.
Wasn't the Mi Mix last thing?
No, Mi Mix was
Not
sold
in
outside of
Malaysia.
China.
That's
So
true.
like the last phone available in China was the Redmi 4A, which is the entry level device.
Oh, right.
So I mean, there's one for each tier. They just don't have one in the flagship tier anymore.
I mean, for the Malaysian market at least, it's quite.
We don't get the.
yeah. So pre-orders
I
open today. Sorry, the 10th of March. It's gonna be available on local retailers. I think it should be available in physical markets as well, physical places as well, on the 16th for $799. No prime variant, unfortunately, and they've already gone on record to say that they are working hard to bring it here.
No big deal. But Mi Box, more interesting.
Yes, Mi Box
Far
is
more
actually the more
interesting.
interesting one. 349 ringgit for an Android-based set-top box. It's not the same one as they sell in China. It's the one that is pretty much the same one that they sold in the US market.
Yes, this is the US spec version.
Correct.
And even announced it at Google I/O.
So
Yes.
basically Netflix and Hulu.
No, you don't get Hulu.
You don't
like
get
Malaysia.
Hulu.
Because no matter what you have, no matter what apps they put on it, we're still region locked.
Yeah, it's region locked.
Yeah.
So-
Well, we do get Netflix though, right?
Hmm?
We do get Netflix though, right?
Sure.
It's already available here.
Wow.
But you get iFlix. You can install iFlix.
Yes. So this thing has 4K Ultra HD support, which is I think the closest thing you can compare this to is the Chromecast 2,
Which
which is also not available in Malaysia. The only Chromecast that's still available is the first gen one that's certified for use in Malaysia. I have something to say about this because I bought a Chromecast 2 in the US, and I realized that the reason why they're not launching it here is because some Wi-Fi bands in Malaysia, used in the Malaysian market, is not the same as in the US market.
Are they
So
not?
when your router,
Uh,
because you have most routers these days has a dynamic IP
Yeah.
configuration, right? If it hits a specific band with a specific dynamic band,
okay.
something like that. Once it hits that band, you disconnect from the Chromecast cannot connect to your TV anymore.
That has never happened to me.
Yeah, it never happened to me up until 2 days after I started using it, and I'm like, why? What? Like I tried resetting it, I tried doing all this, and finally I started reading about it, and I was like, okay, it's a common problem among people who import the device out.
I've had mine for months.
Yours is Chromecast 2 or 1?
Too.
Okay, so for me, I think a simple reset of the router would have fixed it because it would then connect to a different band. It happened to me, so this Mi Box is not going to happen because it's obviously certified for use in Malaysia. 349 ringgit, it's only about like 100, well, probably about twice the price of the Chromecast.
But this is a standalone, so
But
it's
yes,
slightly better than
correct.
the Chromecast.
You don't need like a companion app or anything.
You don't need a
This
phone.
is much better because the app is already built into the device. It's got a remote voice controlled Bluetooth remote, if that helps.
Okay.
Sure. Sure.
4K HD support, H.265, and you connect it via a HDMI 2.0 port. Supports AC Wi-Fi, it's 2.4 5 GHz, and it runs on a penta-core GPU and a quad-core CPU with 8
Pentacore,
gigabytes.
Pentacore GPU. Oh,
Yes,
GPU.
GPU.
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, it's,
And
GPU.
it has 8 gigabytes of
I don't
built-in
think the
storage.
CPU really matters all that much. You're just watching.
It should be CPU more than the GPU. I'm not sure what the GPU is for.
Simple.
you still need to render though.
It's an Android device. You can still play games on it.
True.
Ah.
That's fair. And
And
it's in
4K.
4K. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's 349. You can
What
buy it
4K
already.
content do we have? Netflix?
Netflix.
Netflix.
I mean,
Do
it's
you
not like-
have 4K on your Netflix?
I don't have a Netflix.
Yeah, I don't even have a subscription.
YouTube 4K should be able to run this as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else do we have?
That's wait, hold on a sec. Let me keep going. The Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, which we saw in CES this year in January, is now available in Malaysia.
And it
Cool.
costs 6,000.
6,699 ringgit.
It's an XPS, it's a 2-in-1. What were you expecting?
I think it's more expensive than the base model of the XPS.
Yes,
13.
I think
Yeah.
so too.
The 2-in-1s are always more expensive anyway.
Yeah,
but
but,
it's like a-
this thing is
a
running on a
Core Y
lower,
processor?
yeah, Core i Y
i5, the Y series
Y
of the
series
i5
processor. Yeah, so it's technically less powerful because it's a fanless design, but Dell has actually its own. I would call it a turbo boost version of to implement
Still.
on this device itself, which supposedly on a single core basis runs just as powerful as a Broadwell Core i5 U series processor.
Broadwell.
Probably it was 2 generations ago,
Yeah, it's 2 generations. It's
but
2
it's
years.
also a full low powered processor compared to a fanless one. So in 2 years you're talking about like same level of performance, but it's only in burst mode, so
It's a
it's
bit
not.
disappointing if you got
Yeah.
same power as 2 years
To
ago.
be fair, this is a 2-in-1, so power
For
isn't
7
necessarily.
grand.
Some people may need it. I mean,
Sure, yeah.
That is
I'm-
the market.
I'm pretty happy with.
But I remember you guys
regular
going on
XPS
about how awesome the XPS 13 is.
Yes. So this
So-
one retains the same display, same keyboard. Actually, I was told that they maintain the same 1.5 millimeter travel, and
The same odd positioning of the camera.
no, they've changed it. Now this one,
Yeah,
this
slightly
thing has,
centered, but that's it though, right?
It's in
It's
the
still on the
center,
bottom of the.
It's still on the bottom.
Yeah, so
Uh,
it's looking up to your face.
still awkward, but this thing finally has Windows Hello support.
Yeah, but they're
Because
also
of the
missing
camera.
one very important feature for us. At
Okay,
least.
how often do you use a webcam?
Not the webcam. I'm talking about the SD card reader.
Well, no, I
Yeah.
know, but your previous argument was about
Okay.
webcam. Yeah, it doesn't have an SD card reader, but
Yeah.
you know, this is the thing. Like, this is a complaint that a lot of people are not gonna get because we use the SD card readers. Who else outside of this industry uses SD cards anymore?
Yeah.
To be fair, who else uses, webcams?
Also true.
But speaking of which, webcams and the entire spying thing from these WikiLeaks,
Correct.
that also happened this week. So if anyone's not following it, WikiLeaks has released what it calls all the CIA's secret hacking techniques and exploits, and the internet's going crazy. So apparently they've been spying on people through their smartphones, their tablets. They've got malware that secretly turns on your webcam and watches you all the time.
Great.
This is why we shouldn't have webcams.
I don't
I mean,
do anything in
it's
front of my
been
laptop.
going on for quite some time now. Like the fact that your Mac can be spied on.
Yeah, but now
Yeah,
you're
but-
talking about a central, like a government agency that's
Yeah, government agency that's doing it.
yeah.
Last time it used to be some random pervert who wanted to see
Yeah.
you. Now it's, I'm looking for something.
Well, time to tape over your webcam now.
So the funny thing is, both Apple and Google have said, yeah, we're aware of the exploits they're using, and we've already fixed them.
Yes, the Apple kind of mentioned that.
Yeah, both
in
Google
yeah.
and
Yeah.
Apple have said, yeah, we've seen this. There's nothing new, so you don't have to worry. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Apple users probably feeling more at ease than Android users right now because of the Android fragmentation and manufacturers not pushing
some
out security
some may be
updates.
patched while some are still open to the attack.
Depends on
Some-
when was your last security patch.
I have no
Forever
idea.
ago.
It should be a monthly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be. It's not.
Yeah, it's true.
That's how Microsoft makes it a weekly thing.
Oh, yeah.
So Microsoft hasn't responded yet. They're still researching this. I'm fairly certain there are a few things that are making them go, oh shit, because they haven't said a thing. Yeah, that's
yeah.
WikiLeaks. So
We can go somewhere closer to home. Talking about the Malaysian internet speeds in 2016.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, well,
This is according to Akamai's
Akamai's State of the Internet. This is for the fourth quarter of 2016. So the good news is, average internet speeds in Malaysia rose about 2 megabits per second. So we're at 8.2 now.
Correct.
The bad news is everybody else in the region increased by more.
Oh, okay.
So while our internet speeds increased, we actually dropped in ranking in ASEAN.
That's not surprising.
No, it's horrible.
Wait, ASEAN, so we're worse off than Vietnam or
Vietnam was the one who took our original spot.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Vietnam actually went up almost 3 megabits per second.
We are in 10th place in the Asian region.
Yes.
First is APAC region. Sorry, Asian
Yeah,
region.
APAC.
First
So
is South Korea, unsurprisingly.
Yep.
Hong Kong, Singapore, Japan is the top 4. Taiwan's the 5th. Thailand, New Zealand.
Yeah,
New
they're
Zealand,
part of our.
Australia, and well, the good thing is we are still faster than Indonesia, China, India, and surprisingly Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka was just on 11th place.
We are barely ahead of Sri Lanka.
Yeah, so quarter-on-quarter change, we actually increased our internet speeds by 10%, but compared to the previous year, we only went up 56%.
56% not
Yeah,
bad.
compared to Vietnam, which went up
Sounds
115.
Okay.
Okay, but that's one stat. The other stat is the number of connections that they've detected above 10 megabits per second.
Right.
So this was actually an impressive change. It used to be 11% in 2015. It's gone all the way up to 25, 26%,
27.
27. So
Yeah.
That'll be
more than a quarter of all internet connections from Malaysia are above 10 megabits per second.
Correct.
I want to meet these people.
I'm one of them.
Compared to
More than
the
10.
start of the year, compared
No,
to the
this
start
is
of
not
2016.
the one that's connected. This is when you run the speed test. What number comes up?
Yeah, more than 10.
Wow, you bastard.
Hey, Pang is even faster than mine.
Seriously, you guys. But
Sorry.
yeah, you guys are the guys skewing our numbers.
Oh, wow. I mean, I've been on the Maxis fiber to the home network for like a good 2-3 years now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That should be on 10, right?
Yeah, it's 10.
So you're subscribed to 10, you're getting 10.
Yeah.
That's quite impressive.
On certain days, it's above 10 for some reason.
You need to be charged more. Have you thought about
Okay. And nobody knows about this.
that? Yeah, Maxis, please stop listening. Erase the last 5 minutes of this conversation. But,
Right.
Yeah, this State of Internet report does leave out a few things.
Which is?
It leaves out mobile connections because this is only for home wired broadband, and it leaves out IPv6.
Oh,
Yeah.
IPv6
You have it
connections.
here?
Yes,
Yes. Oh,
Oh,
gosh.
wow. Okay.
you do your homework.
No, I just thought like we have been on IPv4 for like forever.
Yes,
Yeah.
that is true. But
But we are one of the leading countries in moving towards IPv6.
Really?
Yeah. So
good to know.
you do know why we're moving to IPv6, right?
Yeah, because you're running out of.
let's continue.
I will
Okay,
not say
never
here.
mind. He's good at phones, nothing else.
Hey, I'm good with games too.
Yeah, speaking of phones, there is a new app. Well,
Yeah.
sort of new, but
A new app called Meteor. Meteor.
Meteor?
Meteor.
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 Okay, Meteor.
Yeah, that's a real word.
Oh wow. Okay. Basically, it's an app by OpenSignal, and it's essentially a speed test app, but it tells you more than just how fast your connection is. So unlike other speed test apps, which just gives you your ping, download, and upload speeds, this one actually tells you how good your line is.
Define how good your line is.
Yeah. They have a rating system that goes from best to worst, awesome, very good, okay, and poor. So basically, once you run the test, they will give you a breakdown of how good your line is for certain things. Like for YouTube, if once you click on the app, so I'm looking at this app now. Once you
Yeah,
click
nobody
on,
can see that.
Yeah, but I'm telling that. Anyway, if you click on YouTube, you see that for 720p streaming, you're awesome. You're good on this line. Or 1080p streaming, if it's an okay, it will tell you it's an okay. So it gives you more data than just speed. Because honestly, if you tell people that some folks that might not know that a 10 megabits per second speed is good, or a 5 megabit speed is not that good, things like that.
think most people would understand that more is better.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
it,
but
it,
you
kind of
gotta- I like-
quantifies,
It
it
gives
quantifies the
context to things.
I like the fact that it breaks it down by apps and what you're actually using it for. So your internet at home might be good for some things, not
Correct.
others. Because if it's not stable, then please don't play online games.
Yes. Oh, speaking of games, this app is limited in the sense that they can't detect that I have Asphalt and Hearthstone on this one. So I don't know how good it will be for these games. Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think it needs to know these things.
I mean, I want to know, like, can I play a good game without disconnecting? Because I've been disconnecting quite often these days. I don't know why. Yeah.
You have a problem. Anyway,
Let's move on to the final.
yes,
piece
one
of
last story. This is a lot closer to home, and something that touches all of us.
Yep.
Taxis and Uber. So the story is that there was an announcement saying that a taxi driver association wants to work with Uber and essentially equip all their cars with Uber and allow all their drivers to do double duty. So that was all fine then. Everyone thought, you know what, you can't beat them, join them. It's a great idea. Everyone except the cab drivers. It turns out a few of them were not consulted, and as they usually do, decided to stage a protest.
Of course.
As usual, yes. So they staged a protest, and the things they said were very interesting. Like they don't want to work for a Jewish company, and that the people who made the announcement are selling out cab drivers.
Great.
So if it was Grab, would it be better?
No,
Gosh.
well,
You never know.
maybe.
I don't know.
They already work for Grab. There's Grab Taxi.
Yeah, but like not. I mean, I'm
Was
sure these
there
folks not
news
using
that they were going to create their own taxi app?
They did. So here's what happened. They spent, according to reports, 700,000 ringgit
Wow.
making an app.
So where's the app?
It has failed.
Okay,
Completely.
so where did the money go?
To some very lucky developer, I assume.
Who has failed to deliver an app?
No, he delivered an app. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
uh,
whoever you are, good job. But yeah, so we don't know what's going on now.
That's the official Taxi Drivers Association, was it?
Yes, but that's just for the Klang Valley.
Right.
So we actually don't have a lot of news coming out from the other states and the other cities where Uber is operating in. We don't know what's going on there.
Yeah,
It's
to be
just-
fair, because they're kind of in areas where there are not a lot of taxis to begin, except for Penang, and Penang, as we all know, is notorious. The
but
drivers
they've
are
got not necessarily
insane.
because they've got a lot of these like touristy spots where you go.
Correct.
They've got Malacca, they've got Johor Bahru.
Okay, I've been to Malacca and I very rarely see.
That's true, Caps.
I live in like my hometown's in Malacca, and there are no taxis.
I give you that.
Basically, you
But
can't.
Johor
find
Bahru
taxis.
has a lot of taxis.
You can find trishaws, but no.
Yeah,
no
that's
taxis.
true. I don't know
Johor
what the
Bahru, Seremban, Malacca, and Penang, right? That's-
Kuching,
Kuching,
and
right?
Kota Kinabalu
So
and Kuantan.
I think this issue is very, very much focused only in the Klang Valley area, simply because there are so many taxi drivers in the Klang Valley.
yeah.
That's true.
Outside of it, I think it's more of a convenience factor rather than something to do with the fact that you're working for a Jewish company. I don't know. The difference will probably be in Penang
Is
as well.
Uber a Jewish company?
I have no idea. It's like every company is a
Travis
Jewish company
Kalanick,
now.
I don't know. The Jew-
Can't tell. Google's a Jewish company.
That is very true, and they're using Android smartphones.
So don't give them ideas.
no,
Waze is a Jewish company.
Facebook is a Jewish company.
Uh,
There you go.
Waze is literally an Israeli company.
Correct.
Okay.
Just so you know.
And just a little side news, like if you go to there's actually an Israeli pavilion in MWC, and every year we go in there, and it's like shit, man. Like the stuff we see, the apps that they're creating over there is genius. 2 years ago, I saw something that resembled a Tinder UI, but was for like photo apps. Like,
Oh, that's awesome.
it basically collects like photos, duplicate photos, and shows you which ones you want to keep or you want to throw away. So to keep, you swipe right. To throw away, you swipe left, and it deletes the photo.
That is brilliant.
Correct. And
Oh,
it's
man.
pretty sad that it hasn't really caught on, but Tinder's caught on. So
Okay.
anyway,
Yeah, so taxi drivers,
we
get
don't
your
know.
shit together,
we don't
please.
know whether they're happy or not right now. So
they're never
so
happy.
the reports are saying that they've as many as 10,000 cab drivers have migrated to Uber on their own.
Yes.
That's the official story. So the Taxi Drivers Association actually, like, now they're saying that they want to join Uber officially, like cooperate.
I don't know, but apparently there's supposed to be a memorandum of understanding being signed.
Great.
Uber itself has said nothing about this.
That's very true. Yeah,
They're
should be
keeping
very
their head
quiet.
down.
They're like, whatever, man, you guys sort your shit out.
But I'm assuming it's because, do you guys remember that the government promised to have guidelines for ride-sharing services
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
by the end of last year?
Oh, I thought it was by the middle of this year.
No.
Or was that delayed until the middle of this year?
Nobody said anything since
Oh.
then.
Okay.
So they were supposed, end of the year they would have at least the guidelines settled out for people to see. Nothing's happened since then.
Well, at least the service is still available, so that's good.
It's a consolation.
Sure. Well, unless you're Uber. Many things happen to Uber. You should really read
Yeah.
the news.
Oh,
It's
right.
too much to talk about right now, and it's not good for them. Yes. So, is that the news then?
That's pretty much it. I mean, there's going to be a new phone launch this week from a company called Infinix Mobile.
Yeah.
We have literally not heard of them before, but apparently they're actually very big.
I've done some digging.
Correct, in markets like the Middle East and
No,
South
so-
America.
No, for what I've discovered, is
Okay.
they're from China,
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
but they're not very big in the Middle East or South America.
Oh,
They're very big in our favorite country, Nigeria,
Africa.
and Pakistan.
Okay.
So these two places love their phones for some reason. But they are part of the Android One program, if you guys remember that.
Okay, that
Right.
makes more sense now. Because
Yeah.
It's very big in India.
apparently not.
Pakistan
The Android
has the
One
more.
program, but to be eligible, you need to be making like budget devices that run on pure Android.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm interested now.
So this is where it gets really weird because from what we understand, their devices are still running on Marshmallow and not Nougat.
Yes.
So we don't know.
Huh.
We have an idea of like the products that they're gonna launch, but until they make it official, we are not gonna say anything yet. But from their range of products, either their website's not been updated or it's still running on Marshmallow. I don't know.
I'm willing to bet it's still running on Marshmallow. I'm willing to bet most of the products aren't even phones. They make a lot of other stuff like earphones and
Oh, so like Xiaomi then.
yeah, pretty much.
Xiaomi, OnePlus.
I wouldn't be surprised if they were related to Xiaomi somehow.
They kind of look the same to the phone. From the invite, like the metal side. Well, we're gonna find out in a few.
We'll find out.
We'll find out.
Soon. Okay, so that's the news. Next up, we have lost Bang and Andrew. It was a horrible accident and completely avoidable, but we didn't bother. But we do have Chapree here,
Hi, what up?
and because we're going to talk hardware.
Oh
So
my god.
over the last week, we're recording this on Friday. Over the last week, there were two big things coming up. The first was the AMD Ryzen processors.
Ryzen!
Yeah,
yes.
so we're still in the middle of testing these.
Yep, still going through it. We actually built, AMD was kind enough to send us a Ryzen 7 1800X to test. We actually record, how we built the system and also a quick run through Facebook Live. So if you guys go to our Facebook, you guys can actually check those out on the video
Sure.
section of our page.
Yeah, I was
And
watching
also
you guys
there's
filming it.
on YouTube, right? Our video guy is it's on YouTube. Oh yes, it's on YouTube.
It is on. I'd be very surprised if it wasn't on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was,
But yeah, so I was actually watching you guys assemble the whole thing. So what do we have in the test rig this time?
the test rig. Okay, so is for the first time, I think actually forever.
We've
Or
had
is
we got a proper test rig now. right?
Actually, is it the first time in history? It could be. Yeah, we've
No, we've always
no,
had-
no, no. We actually
We've always had
a
a
long
proper test
time
rig.
ago we did, but I think 2017 we got the opportunity to actually do things properly now. So our Ryzen test rig, we of course we have the AMD provided us with the processor, the RAM from Corsair, and also a motherboard from Asus. Then we get our stuff and then we put in a PSU from Cooler Master, 1200 watt.
which is slightly overkill for what we're doing.
Not really, because in the past we keep on we actually review graphic cards and all.
We still review the graphics.
Yeah,
yes.
that's why.
So, what graphics card do we pair it with? this
Okay,
time?
we put it a GTX 1080. It
Yes.
sounds like an unholy
That's-
union.
Some people might call this blasphemy.
No, it's not. The thing is, like AMD themselves actually, when they show off those, formats of the chip and all at their presentations, those systems that they use to get that figures were actually running on those cards. The 1080 and also Titan X. So
Cool.
I think our test rate also gets very close to whatever AMD have. So that's a great thing, because one, we can actually test whether did we do the right thing, because let's not forget that we are kind of new. We pretty much restarting everything.
Yeah, but
So
now we're getting
we are
as
learning.
close as we can to their test,
Yeah,
their
exactly.
test environment, how
Yeah.
they pulled it off.
Exactly. So just oh sorry. In a way, we just want to make sure that we did things correctly, and we don't have any trouble with our system. So yeah.
So, speaking of which, I mean, people are going to look up the specs and everything
Yeah,
on their
of
own. They're
course.
going to know about this. Anyone still listening to us has probably looked up the technical
Most
specifications on
likely
their own.
already know.
Yeah, so we've already run a few tests. What does it look like? Because I remember reading advanced reviews, because we got our review unit quite late.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been reading advanced reviews. They're saying that the multi-core performance is pretty good, but the single-core performance is a little disappointing.
That's the thing. We actually, like, in our test rate, we actually still like testing it. I mean, like, if you're here in the office, you can see moving things from here and there. Still transferring things, testing whether is there a problem here and there. But in general, just like you said that the multi-core looks really good right now. Pretty much the test that we have run so far, that we really have run, is the Cinebench.
Okay.
Our figure looks really good. In fact, it's better than whatever Dr. Lisa Su,
Okay.
chief of AMD, actually showed at her presentation for multi-core performance. But on single core, we somehow couldn't get it on par.
So
with
we're
whatever
saying-
AMD told us.
So we're getting far below.
No, we actually not far below.
Uh,
We actually we just not reach the level that. The thing is, it's just few points away.
I see.
We're not in the problematic system,
Mhm.
problematic science of the science of problematic system. We are not in that group, but we're not in the figure where the reference results shows.
I see.
So we are in the middle. So we are, seems like the system seems fine, but we cannot reach that part.
So
But so
Seeing
I don't know,
that's-
but that's only one test. There's still plenty of other tests. We gonna try to get it up very soon. So yeah, so I think, but so many reviews already out saying
Yeah.
the same thing. You see a very good multi-core performance, but not, not that it's bad, just that is unlike the multi-core performance. The multi-core performance so good, but the single core is like so.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you've messed around with Ryzen. So what's it like right now for you? Do you think it's gonna be worth it?
If you compare with the Intel chip, it's kind of worth it.
Really? Why?
Because it's the price differences is so far.
Yeah,
so
I
far
see the
ahead.
price differences,
Yeah.
but when you hear that the single core performance isn't going to be as good, then
But it's also, the thing is like it's like I said, the single performance is not that it's bad. It's actually quite okay. Just that it's not up to par with whatever Intel have achieved. Then that's why, basically, in a way that the pricing point is the way to justify it. So because the big differences between the price between a comparable Intel processor, so you have a bit of extra money, so you can do whatever you want with extra money. So that's basically how it was justified. Yeah. So but if you're saying like it's not up to par, then not up to par with Intel, it's still a good point also. Yeah.
true.
So yeah.
But I've been seeing that so Ryzen still runs on the AM4 socket.
No, AM4 socket is new actually.
Okay.
Previously it was the AM3 Plus.
Okay.
And
So the AM4
FM
socket is new.
AM4 is really new. Although Ryzen is not the first one using it. The first group of processor using it was actually the 7th generation APU, which was announced last year.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but Ryzen is the first high performance CPU. Ryzen is CPU only. It's not
Yeah.
APU.
So
The first high performance chip for AMD that use AM4.
so do you think people are going to jump from the APU over to Ryzen?
Oh,
I
who seriously? I mean, like,
Okay, to be fair, I don't know anyone actually still using an APU.
Okay, before we got the Ryzen, I did, but I'm not using the APU fully anyway. So actually, I'm using it like there's a processor, then I slot in a graphic card.
Yeah, that's what
So-
most people do.
So
you know.
exactly. So that's the thing.
You waste the GPU portion of your APU.
Exactly. So it's hard to say yet because the thing is, okay, Ryzen is the first, in the Zen, the new Zen family of AMD chips, right?
Yeah.
Later on, we also still gonna see the Ryzen APU. So that's a different thing altogether.
So we're getting a Ryzen APU. So
yeah, So the Zen, the Zen APUs are coming
nice.
Yeah.
When are they coming?
later this year.
Damn.
Yeah, supposedly later this year.
Supposedly.
Yeah,
I
but here's the thing. What the Ryzen right now we see is the highest end Ryzen.
that's true.
Yeah,
We're dealing
which
with-
is not the chip that everyone will buy. I mean, come on, the Ryzen 7 1800X is 2,600 ringgit.
yeah, it's not necessarily the chip everyone's going to buy, but it's the chip that's going to sell the company. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what we can do.
Exactly the sentiment that Sasu said that we have to establish, the strength, the brand of Zen. So the 1800X is pretty much the poster boy. Say, we got it here. So there are other Ryzens are coming, the 5, the 3. So and this will have the same characteristic, basically like provide good performance at the lower price compared to Intel, unless Intel do a price drop. Well, hard to say
I don't know.
hard to say in Malaysia. We heard the rumors in US. I don't know about Malaysia. Intel a bit quiet these days, but it's the same idea, But look at it this way. Let's say take the Ryzen 5. So before that, I need to mention that Ryzen 3 to Ryzen 7, they're all unlocked.
Mm-hmm.
You get a proper AM4 motherboard,
Okay.
then you can overclock it. So yeah.
Okay. So
So that's the thing. So in a way, like if you want to get your performance worth, you just need to choose the proper chip, choose the proper chipset, choose the proper motherboard. So the price point that AMD always knows about, providing value for money kind of thing, is still the proposition they're gonna use for the Zen generation.
But is it the way it should go? I mean, they're still playing the same game. They're still playing we're not as good as Intel, but we're not as expensive as Intel. And
Right.
it served them well once upon a time,
Yep.
and then it fell off, and now
Yeah, because it fell off because then the performance wasn't there. But
Yeah.
this time around with Zen, the performance is there.
But
They
isn't
are
it-
catching up.
But isn't it a bit dangerous to play the same game again?
Exactly right.
You're
Yeah.
like, well, it worked before for a while.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm going to try this.
They did not try. I mean, if you look at that way, they are still in the same game. But
Yeah.
now they have more. What you call it? The products are way more competitive.
Yeah, they're
than
more
before.
competitive now. But who says what if they're going to have 1 year where they drop off and then that's it?
I
Because
hope
that's what
not.
happened. That's been what's been happening to AMD all this while.
Yeah, but that happens years. I mean,
Yes, that's happened for years.
Yeah, exactly. The Ryzen itself takes quite a while to develop anyway. Yeah. And Intel was, like happily on the field. So yeah,
But
happy.
I suppose Ryzen's performance here it's good because, to be honest, the Intel 7th generation chips were
Oh my
not
God, yeah.
very impressive.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what's with the very low differences between the 6 and 7?
That is completely non-existent practically.
Yeah,
at some point.
exactly.
So
yeah.
I assume that Ryzen's coming in is going to get Intel, hey, you have competition. We're going to make everybody better.
Yeah. Yes, I would. That's definitely what everyone are hoping for, and the Ryzen actually last time they don't. I mean, like the performance, they are not on par with anything from Intel, but now at least we see the multi-core performance is actually
Yeah.
very good. The single core almost there. But like, and I remember that AMD said that whatever performance they show people right now is a raw performance. They haven't approached any developer to actually make programs or apps.
So it's not optimized.
It's not optimized
Oh,
yet.
okay, cool.
So that's the thing. If the raw performance looks really good, if the developer and program can make their program optimized or app optimized for Ryzen, I think it should be better. I think should be get better and better for AMD. I heard there will be there might be some patches along the way. Obviously, they have to find a way to improve the performance.
Sure, I mean the drivers will get better.
The drivers get better, and that's the thing. And we all know what's AMD and drivers and all, but let's hope that it works for them, because seriously,
to be honest, I genuinely do not like the current driver distribution system. I genuinely hate it.
yeah.
Please stop this Radeon thing. Oh god.
But that's mainly with their graphic card. With processors is slightly different, because the chipset drivers they are not updated as often as.
I hope so.
Yeah, it's not like graphic cards.
Yeah, okay. But speaking of graphics cards, we're gonna leave Ryzen behind for a while.
Alright, yep.
We have the other big hardware news: the Nvidia GTX 1080 Ti.
Yep.
That's a mouthful to say, but it's a beast, isn't it?
It is.
It's crazy.
I kind of wonder why, because like GTX 1080 is already quite powerful. Then they come out with another one, which we're still testing it, and on the other hand, we don't have Pascal X to actually. Pascal X. I mean the Pascal Titan X to compare with ourselves. But I keep on hearing that that thing totally take over Pascal, the Titan X.
This is clearly not a card meant for peasants.
Obviously, when it comes to the price.
This card is the because I can.
Because
this is my tech demo. This is how far I can push my current hardware. This is really for just showing off to everyone. If you own it, you're showing off to your friends.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You're making it. You're showing off. This is what I can do. Come and catch me.
But surprisingly, it's still not the highest end card in the group. Nvidia still. I mean, at least the way I see they position it in their website, the Titan X is still on top.
Titan X is something different. Are we getting a new Titan X?
No. The Titan X that already available, that's the new one. That's a Pascal-based Titan X. So they they actually have the Maxwell Titan X.
Yes.
So then they make a Pascal Titan X.
God, this naming conventions are getting to me.
Exactly. But
You need to give it a number.
so that's the thing. The 1080 Ti was really something.
So we haven't started testing ours yet because
we did a Facebook Live last night. Basically, whoever tuning into the Facebook Live, what you've seen actually the card is freshly installed. It was done like 45 minutes after it was installed.
Very nice.
So that is very, very fresh performance. I mean, of course, before we show it to people, we need to make sure that it works.
Naturally, there's nothing worse than starting out in blue screening.
Exactly. So and in that performance, you see is a true performance. I'm surprised myself because the test system that we use for our graphic cards is actually very old, very, very old system. 4th generation, the 477, the i7 4770. So that,
But it's still
the
1080 is still pushing a lot of power through that.
It's still really. I mean, at least we have a good CPU. Then we put it there, and I'm surprised that we actually have the result that we saw that we actually show on Facebook Live last night was better than whatever Nvidia told us.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, we got 40 FPS. The reference result was 38 FPS.
Okay, so what game were you testing out?
It was the Rise of the Tomb Raider DirectX 12 on 4K resolution.
You're getting 40 FPS on 4K resolution.
4K resolution, yes.
Quite impressive.
Yep. It's not 60 FPS, but yeah.
It's actually a bit disappointing that it's not 60.
But that's the thing. Even the the reference result that was given to us also include the figure for GTX 1080.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was far behind. So
That's
that
as
shows
expected.
that shows how tough the game is. If you're running on GTX 1080 with the high performance system and you still don't get 60 FPS in it. So yeah.
To be honest, the only thing that people want to hear is probably Witcher at 4K with hairworks on.
Oh man, why?
Because
I
that's a torture test.
That was
It used to be the Crisis 3 torture test. Now we've got the Witcher 3 torture test.
Personally, I think using hairworks turning on hairworks in Witcher 3 or whatever game there's no point because you're looking at hair. But if you want to see how taxing it is on graphic card,
yeah, but that's pretty much for me. That's the only reason hairworks exists these days.
It's really
Well,
crazy.
it only works for testing Nvidia graphics cards because we know about the whole drama with AMD.
So I don't know. I have, even if you get to run the hairworks on GTX 1080 Ti, I don't think it will affect the results.
Do we have a price for this one?
For this one, okay. I actually don't remember the US price, but obviously it's not cheap. In Malaysia, we already start hearing because the day that we're recording today, a couple of brands actually told us that it's already is starting to available like this week.
Okay.
Yeah. For the one that I can remember, it was the Gigabyte, the Founders Edition.
Mm-hmm.
The first wave of GTX 1080 Ti that coming to Malaysia are all Founders Edition. Gigabyte told us like it should be around 2006 or 2007.
That's about as much as the 1080.
It's pretty much replacing. It's pretty much.
It's taking the price point, is it?
Taking the price point of the old 1080.
Yeah.
While the old 1080, the price has been reduced.
Yeah, but here's the thing, because we've been seeing these price reductions coming in. So Nvidia said that their reference cards are being dropped by about $100 US.
Yeah.
But the price drops that we're seeing here, as expected, aren't as big.
Yeah,
we're seeing maybe
obviously
200 ringgit discount about there.
It depends. It
200,
depends for
300.
Yeah, around that. But I would say, well, we're not getting the whole 400 plus thing. So, we're seeing around 200, 300 price
So
reduction.
at the point, why would I bother with a 1080?
You mean why you bother with 1080 Ti or what?
No, because a couple of $100 at that price point.
Oh, right,
a couple
yes.
hundred ringgit at that price point. I'm going to buy a 1080 Ti.
Well, if you want Founders Edition, yeah, sure.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, but
And
I don't
especially
know.
since the Founders Edition it's more expensive.
is it?
Isn't the Founders?
That's the thing. The brands haven't revert back to us on the pricing of their
Their own custom.
their own custom cards. So it's hard to tell. I mean, but it is correct that from our past experience to see that the reference edition costs a bit more.
The Founders Edition is always a bit more than whatever else is doing.
Exactly, because the Founders Edition was really like, I mean, it might be running on stock clock or whatever, but the build is the cooler that AMD the Nvidia put in it. It's really impressive. It's definitely high quality stuff.
Yeah.
So that obviously have a cost to it. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that myself.
Yeah, because
we need to check back with the brands.
we definitely need to, because if you're getting a Founders Edition for 3.6, how are you going to price your own versions of the card? It's going to be like the same as the 1080 now, and then
exactly, yeah. But
who would buy a 1080?
Exactly. So it's gonna be a bit like, should I save a bit more money for 1080, or should I just do it? Get
You're
1080i.
spending 3,006 on a graphics card.
Yep.
I don't think there's any more saving. You're not thinking about saving anymore.
Hey dude, the 200-300 saving, maybe you can spend on tons of RGB strip light. Sorry, RGB light strip.
God,
That's the
RGB.
trend. Or maybe get expensive gaming mouse with RGB. So
No, please don't do that.
but isn't that always the way it is? Save some money and buy some other stuff.
Yeah,
Whatever
but
it is.
why not? So
So why not?
I think it's going to replace the 1080 at that point, and people are just going to.
in Malaysia it's always be that pricing thing.
Yeah, it's the pricing- our problem here.
If the price difference is so little, why not get the
Yeah.
more expensive one?
Just push a bit more, or maybe that's how they want to get you. Just pay a bit more. Get this one.
Yeah, it's a bit yeah. That's the they just give the gamers dilemma, you know. Yeah, but it's hard to tell.
But then
Until we'll see the full price range.
yeah, but
then
then again,
we get the clear
this is
picture of
a
it.
premium level GPU already.
Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
Exactly. It's not 1050. It's not 1060.
You are not going to one day say I need a new graphics card and
Yeah.
walk out and just buy it. You are going to think long and hard whether you can afford this thing.
Exactly.
And you're obviously going to know one person who buys two.
Yeah. That's if you put a lot of time that you don't know anyone, but we'll just see someone bought
On
two.
the internet.
Yeah.
But
I'm not saying just the whole internet thing. In Malaysia,
Yeah,
a high-end graphic card, someone will buy two.
But
or
speaking
three.
of putting them in the SLI configuration, is there space? The 1080 Ti looks huge.
It depends on your motherboard.
True, but
It's in general. It's in terms of width.
Mm-hmm.
It's not there's not much different compared to the Founders Edition of 1080. So yeah, it's
how many
definitely
people bought the Founders Edition for 1080?
hard to tell. Who the early adopters with? I guess those who get the Founders Edition were mainly early adopters.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
will obviously who are going to buy this as well.
Yeah, same case. You know.
Oh god.
But
But yeah, we have to test this. Hopefully, it performs better than we expect.
From the first test it did, so we expect to see. But one test.
That's just one test.
It's just one test.
But that being said, Nvidia just released new drivers on the day we're recording this.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what they're different though. Yeah,
It's probably game optimizations, I guess.
game ready drivers. That's what they do.
Yeah. So
With every new card, obviously new card, new drivers. But also if there's a new and highly anticipated titles, they also release a new driver.
yeah, because they're working with these developers to optimize the
Exactly.
GPU ahead of time.
Yeah. But for us, we actually we always try to get the raw performance. Hence, we don't use the GFE to optimize. So I
Yeah.
mean, to be fair, this is for the sake of fairness, you know.
Not necessarily fairness, but to
Yeah.
see how it actually performs instead of just optimized.
Exactly.
Just in case you were playing games that aren't
Yeah.
optimized,
If you general,
like I tend to do.
if you general users, please use. I mean, if you have Nvidia card, use GFE to optimize the game so you can play
Yeah,
better.
it'd be ridiculous if you don't.
Yeah,
I mean, you already
exactly.
bought the card.
Yeah.
You might as well get more performance out of it.
That's true, but for us, we just want to tell you what's the actual performance of it. More about the raw performance. So that's why we don't optimize it. But yeah, I mean, without optimization, we get better than whatever the reference result that Nvidia gave us. So that's what you call it. I would say there's a potential there.
Yeah, it's looking good for Nvidia
But
this time.
there are other factors we need to look at also. Like the overclocking.
Yeah, and the
possibility,
heat.
the
and
heat and-
so we haven't actually done a full test yet. We
Yeah.
tried just barely stuck it in a computer, run it a couple of times.
Fair
Nothing in depth yet. We will get to there.
So very very raw performance in Facebook Live last
Yeah.
night. So are we going to end this?
No,
No?
sure. Well, yeah, I think that's all we're done here.
Yeah, all right. So before that, I will say thank you for everyone that watched our Facebook Live test of the GTX 1080 Ti last night. Even though it's 11:30 p.m., I was surprised that there's still quite a lot of people.
Yeah,
there.
and for our Ryzen videos as well, Facebook Live as well.
Exactly. So tune in to our site. We'll get the review as fast as we could, very soon. So,
Sure. And so with that, thanks for listening.
All right.
We will see you next week.
Take care then.